Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit. Today, we're going to make and try two different styles of cashew chicken. The first style of cashew chicken that we're going to make is what most of us are familiar with in Chinese restaurants in America. The second version of cashew chicken that we're going to make, that is a regional style of cashew chicken in Springfield, Missouri, simply called Springfield Cashew Chicken. Other than the name of the dish, cashew chicken, these two dishes are nothing at all alike. Well, other than the fact that they're both equally delicious. Now let's start off by making the cashew chicken that we're most familiar with.
I'm going to start by marinating boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I've cut up into bite-sized pieces with Shaoxing Chinese cooking wine, soy sauce, and toasted sesame oil. Give the chicken and marinade a mix. Now add a couple tablespoons of cornstarch. Give it a good mix until all the cornstarch is blended in. Once everything's mixed well together, let the chicken marinate for at least 30 minutes. An hour or more is even better. And now I'm going to make a basic brown sauce with chicken broth, soy sauce, oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, and sugar. Give it a good mix, then set it aside. I have a little vegetable oil in a screaming hot wok over high heat, and I'm going to cook the chicken in 2 small batches. Now I'm going to spread the chicken out in an even layer and let it sit there for 1 minute before I start stir frying. After 1 minute, I'm going to go ahead and begin to stir fry, and I'm going to cook the chicken until it has a nice color on it, and it doesn't necessarily have to be cooked through at this point. Once the chicken has a nice color to it, I'm going to go ahead and remove it and get our next batch of chicken done. Once both batches of chicken are stir fried, I'm going to add them both together. Now I'm going to add 2 Chinese sin chili peppers. If you don't like it spicy, you can leave these out. If you like it spicier, add a couple more. Followed by some chopped garlic and some chopped ginger. Now stir fry everything for about 1 to 2 minutes until it becomes aromatic. Now I'm going to add some chopped celery, followed by chopped red bell pepper, green onion, and the key ingredient, cashew nuts. Now stir fry everything for about a minute. I don't like my vegetables mushy, so I only stir fry this for about a minute. If you like your vegetables a little more tender, go ahead and stir fry it for 2 minutes or so. Now add the brown sauce. Give this a good stir and bring it up to a boil. Now add about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch slurry to thicken up the sauce. The sauce will immediately thicken once you stir in the cornstarch slurry, and the cashew chicken is done. And there you have it, cashew chicken. Better than in a restaurant, less expensive, and better for you.
Now let's make the Springfield Style cashew chicken.
That was created and made famous by David Leong and was first served at Leong's Tea House in Springfield, Missouri in 1963. Now various versions of cashew chicken, like this one I made a while back, are served in Chinese restaurants throughout the US. But after making the Springfield Style cashew chicken, it's nothing like the cashew chicken we're used to in Chinese restaurants. So let's get started with this very simple, yet very delicious, classic, one-of-a-kind dish. Now let's get started by beating some eggs and milk. And even though I'm 99% sure this is not the original recipe, the milk threw me for a loop because I cook a lot of Chinese food and I've never seen milk in a Chinese recipe. Now in a large bowl, I have some all-purpose flour that I'm going to season only with salt. Now again, flour is pretty unusual in Chinese cooking. Most of the time cornstarch, potato starch, or tapioca starch is used. and I really wanted to add some other seasoning besides just salt, but I wanted to go by what the recipe said because I wanted to know what real cashew chicken tasted like. Now, I'm not a big fan of boneless, skinless chicken breast, but that's what David Leong used, so that's what I'm using, and I cut them up into bite-sized pieces. It ended up being really good with the breast, but it would have been even better with thighs. Now dip the pieces of chicken into the egg and milk. And then into the flour, making sure you shake off any excess flour. If you'd like a full printable copy of this recipe and many more, visit thewolfpit.com. Continue this process until all the chicken is coated, and then place the chicken into the refrigerator for 10 to 15 minutes. This will help all the breading stick to the chicken when it's fried. While the chicken's chilling, let's make the sauce, which looks more like a gravy, but technically it's a sauce. Start with low sodium chicken broth, oyster sauce, and soy sauce, and that's it as far as flavors go. It really doesn't seem like much, and it is very basic, but it really worked. Now bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, reduce the heat and add cornstarch slurry to thicken, which is nothing more than equal parts cornstarch and water. Give it a good mix and it will immediately thicken. Remove it from the heat, cover, and keep warm until ready to serve. I have peanut oil preheated to 350 degrees. Now I'm going to add my chicken. Now you want to cook these just until they're golden brown, about 3.5 to 4 minutes. You do not want to overcook chicken breast. Once they're nice and golden brown, remove them from the oil and drain them on a wire rack. You do not want to drain them on paper towels, otherwise your crispy chicken is going to get soggy. Serve it with fried rice and an egg roll if you like. Pour on as little or as much sauce as you like. Top with lots of cashews. And finally, green onion. And there you have it, my version of the Springfield Style Cashew Chicken, the original Cashew Chicken. The simplicity and flavor of this dish was incredible. The chicken breading was very light, crispy, and under-seasoned. But I think it was purposely under-seasoned for a reason. That sauce. The salty, savory, brown gravy that coats each piece flavors it perfectly combined with the cashews and green onions. This turned out way better than I thought it would.
Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.